You have no idea what it took. Hard work, hard work. If you knew what it took, 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 if you knew what it took.
On YouTube, it's your man JMV checking in with y'all one more time today before I get up out of here and go pick up this load. Something I've been thinking about and kind of led to this thought after making that video I just did. After watching Guilty's video about I can't afford to be an OTR driver. The disrespect, man, the disrespect that truck drivers get, in particular OTR truck drivers, is crazy to me, man. I mean, and it comes from every direction possible. You know, from just society looking at you as a degenerate, someone less than, somebody uneducated, somebody not capable of doing anything other than driving a truck, and denigrating and downgrading how complicated this job actually is. Anybody can do that. Anybody can drive a truck. It's not hard to do. Anybody can drive a truck, because I sit here and watch people who drive these Suburbans or Expeditions or these extended cab pickup trucks, and they have the most difficult time parking these trucks in a Walmart parking lot. I mean, I've watched several people sitting there trying to back up this SUV into a parking spot, and it takes them 10 minutes. I'm like, you can't be serious right now. Why did you buy it? If you don't buy it, if you can't drive it. But you know, driving trucks is so easy, right? Anybody can do it. So you got disrespect with that. You know, like I said, they look at you as less than, you're uneducated. Funny thing is, I went to college. You know what I mean? I left college to pursue football, and that didn't work out. So I left college early, or without getting my degree. I'm 30 credits away, basically 1 year away from getting a degree. But what do I need to go back and go further into debt for to get a degree that I don't need? I'm not going to pay myself less. As a business owner, I'm not going to pay myself less because I don't have that piece of paper. But I know a lot of drivers who have the degrees. My trainer here at Prime had 2 degrees. So no, that whole notion and connotation that truck drivers are uneducated, that's false. Anybody can do your job. It's not a hard job to do, all that stuff. But then you go from that to you deal with the disrespect on the road. You're driving, you're trying to do your job. You got people who don't give a damn. They're gonna cut you off. They're gonna brake check you. They're going to high beam you because you didn't let them over. You know, I can't tell you how many times I'm driving down the road and I come upon a merge area. People merge onto the highway, and you got people that want to come on the highway, and I'm doing 60, 65 miles an hour, and they're coming on doing 55 and expect me to break my stride and slow down and let them in. Like, look, you need to speed up. You have to merge. I have the right of way. You know what I'm saying? People blow their horn. I had people drive by, flick me off, high beam me because I didn't slow down and let them in. I'm like, if you speed up and you accelerate in that merge lane, I'm gonna let off the gas. I'm gonna slow down a little and let you in. I'm not gonna completely break my stride because you want to do 50, 55 and then merge in and expect me to come to basically a complete stop, but you merge in. And the most irritating thing is in that situation, and I got off course for a second, but in that situation, they'll merge in slow as crap. And as soon as they get in the lane and it made you break your stride, they jump from 55 to 70 miles an hour in 2 seconds. Like, why didn't you just do that when you were in the merge lane? I digress though. So, yeah, you got the disrespect from the people that you should have rolled with. You got the disrespect from the shippers and receivers you deal with, man. A lot of these shippers and receivers, they treat drivers like nothing, like the scum of the earth. You know, we'll get to you when we get to you. You know, why are you calling? Why are you in here? Did we call you? Well, we'll call you when your load is ready. We'll call you when your paperwork is ready. That's the biggest thing. Like, you'll get unloaded and you'll be waiting for your paperwork, or you'll get loaded waiting for your paperwork. You know they're done because we'll see the green light, this light switch from red to green, which means they're done. Or we'll notice that the trailers are shaking or rocking. They haven't been on the trailer in about 30, 40 minutes. They're done. Oh, well, we'll get your paperwork to you when we get it to you. I mean, there's been situations where I've been loaded or unloaded in less than an hour, but it took 3 hours to get the paperwork. Come on now, my clock is running, man. I don't have time to be sitting here because you want to talk and bullshit around with your coworkers and not do your job. And they'll give us the attitude, you know. And I've seen some vulgar, some real disrespectful interactions from shippers and receivers between truck drivers, because a lot of guys ain't gonna take it. And my thing is, man, unfortunately, they got the power of that situation. So going in there and spazzing on them and cussing them out, that's your right. I understand that, but at the end of the day, bro, you're not gonna get your paperwork no fast if you go in there and cuss them out. Do they deserve it? Yeah, but are you really helping yourself? Not really. So you got disrespect from that, you know, on the trucking side of the game, and the way some of these dispatchers talk to the drivers. I haven't dealt with that. Now that's something I'm not gonna tolerate. You know what I'm saying? But I have my relationship with my fleet manager at Prime has been great from day one. No complaints. So, but I've heard about it. You know what I'm saying? You hear about it. And the most disrespectful thing when it comes to the truckers, OTR truckers out here, is just the pay. Period. Plain blank. Period. You know, when you got a driver, you're working 7 days a week. You know, you're sacrificing a lot. You're away from your home and your family for weeks and months at a time. That's a major sacrifice. That alone is worth more than what a lot of these companies are paying their drivers. But then everything you risk while you're out here, trucking is one of the top 3 most dangerous jobs in the country. OTR truck drivers. That criteria is based on the amount of deaths per 100,000 people involved in the industry, and I think that trucking was like 22 out of every 100,000 people in the industry die on the job. The number one most dangerous job as far as deaths on the job was actually like a garbage collector, trash truck driver, not driver, but garbage man. So it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the country. Obviously, you can have an accident at any given time. It could be because you're fatigued. It could be because somebody cut you off. It could be for a blowout. I mean, a lot of reasons, the weather, anything. But yeah, it's one of the most dangerous jobs, and so you're risking a lot by doing this job. Then you're sacrificing a lot by being on the road as much as you are, and not being at home with your family. And then for you to get paid literally in the terms of company drivers, pennies on the dollar, literally. When you got companies paying you 26 cents a mile, 30 cents a mile, and the loads that you're pulling are paying $4 or $5 a mile, that means the company is making $4.70 a mile. You just made 30 cents. And yes, they got to pay for the truck. They got to take care of the maintenance, the fuel, and all that. I'm not saying it should be a 50-50 split. But if it's a $5 a mile load and the company is making $4.70 and you're making 30 cents, they can afford to give you that dollar. They can afford to give you at least 70 cents on the mile. You know what I mean? So is that wishful thinking? Of course. You know, business is cutthroat. You know, there's very few differences between the way that the cutthroat level of people in suit and ties and people on the street hustling. It's still business. One way or another, it's still business. It's not that big of a difference. It's just one is legal and one isn't, and the illegal one they'll kill you. So but outside of that, man, the disrespect is crazy, man. But the most disrespectful thing, like I said, is the money. It's terrible, man. You got drivers out here struggling to make a living, and they busting their tail on the road 2-3 months at a time, man, to make $800 a week. In my opinion, any and every OTR truck driver should bring home after taxes no less than $60,000 to $65,000. No less than that. You know, in my last video I made, or in the video I made in response to a Guilty 718 video about I can't afford to be an OTR driver, I threw out this number, an example of if a driver grosses $1,000 in a week, but they spent 60 plus hours on duty, so driving or doing things related to the job, when you break that down, that's $16 an hour, man. That's $16 an hour. And that's off the gross. If you want to talk about what they get paid for the take home, you talking about $13, $14 an hour. Come on now, that's really disrespectful for somebody who's out here away from home for weeks and months at a time, who's taking the risk they take, driving all over the country in all types of adverse weather, dealing with the bullshit crap out here, people who road rage, people shooting at truck drivers, people trying to rob truck drivers, people driving reckless, causing accidents, truck drivers trying to avoid accidents, wrecking their trucks to avoid hitting somebody and possibly killing a family because, you know, mom or dad can't wait, or they wait till the last minute to take their exit, you know. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I just wanted to put that on video, man. Talk to y'all about that. Put my opinion out there about that. It's time for me to go ahead and get up out of here, get back on the grind, and keep chasing this bag. So with that said, man, as always, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Until next time, y'all be easy.